It starts with a seismic shift rather than a buzzer beater or viral highlight. Left everyone in the world of sports speechless. Recently, Caitlin Clark received a surprise proposal from the greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan. This was not anticipated. Not analysts, not insiders, not even the WNBA. This was so extreme that it went beyond a simple handshake or endorsement. It's so inventive that it might completely change how women's professional sports are organized. Jordan offered Caitlin Clark her own team. Yes, her squad and the sports world both came to a total halt. What does it imply when the greatest of all time says to a novice, "Let's build an empire together"? This was not a hypothetical situation. Michael Jordan, a wealthy businessman, reached out to the most compelling figure in women's basketball. Not sponsorship or mentoring, but an invitation to enter the exclusive halls of ownership. This type of deal is exclusive to each age group. It's feasible that Clark will be the one to flip a key and open doors that no other professional basketball player has ever possessed. This was a strategic moment rather than an emotional one. Something caught Jordan's attention. He considered Caitlin Clark to be more than just a talented basketball player. There was something unique and indisputable about her, even though she was a force in the market, a movement, and a future. If Jordan is the most informed, it has to do with identifying a generational opportunity and seizing it before others do. After that offer, everything was different. He's not only giving her a squad, he's leaving her a legacy. As a result of this collaboration, the WNBA is changing and reviving. This partnership not only elevates Caitlin Clark but also enhances the league as a whole. It tells all the young women who watch that they don't have to give up on entertainment, fashion, sports, and other pursuits. The Charlotte Hornets were only the start. The Jordan brand alone brings in over $5 billion a year. The man never fails. This is about vision as much as power. Jordan did not extend this offer to any player. He gave her the ability to begin and carry on a legacy. Franchise management was his area of study. On his resume, it reads like a roadmap. He gained international recognition and developed into a master at assembling successful teams. He is now prepared to use the same strategy to dominate any arena, court, company, or other environment in the WNBA. Jordan has a unique perspective in athletics because of his background as both a great athlete and a prosperous businessman. This period is crucial because he knows what it takes to strive for success and create something enduring. He saw Caitlin not only as a celebrity but also as a creator, a brand, a disruptor, and someone who has the potential to help a nascent league and increase awareness of it like never before. He has done this in the past with sneakers, franchises, and culture in general. Investors will follow, networks will adjust, and boardrooms will take notice now that he is placing a large wager on Clark. Markets change when Jordan makes a move, and this choice may have an impact that extends well beyond women's basketball. But what is it about Caitlin Clark? Because of the circumstances, Jordan defied all expectations. She is a phenomenon in addition to being gifted. During her inaugural season, which witnessed record-breaking TV viewership and sold-out arenas, she did more than just make headlines. She made revisions. With more than 1 million people watching each game, Clark alone helped bring the WNBA out of the shadows and into the mainstream. Social media is ablaze with every step back. The jerseys are selling out fast. 3. She's not just having fun, she's creating a brand in real time. Statistics can't adequately capture her impact. This relates to cultural gravity. Caitlin Clark is a marketing fantasy, a media event, and a movement all rolled into one. Networks are negotiating, marketers are contacting, and fans, both new and old, are showing up in greater numbers than ever before because of her. Instead, it's a shift rather than a moment. Instead of just raising the bar, she's increasing the ceiling on what is possible. Jordan admits that her presence has altered the WNBA's corporate culture. He understands the potential, financial benefit, and influence of working with a business that is changing the market. Jordan is prepared to give Clark the reins to a team that she must own instead of play for. The WNBA's sustainability is no longer up for debate. I wonder what Caitlin Clark's limit is. Because the possibilities are practically endless if her debut season is any indication. She has demonstrated that women's sports can be lucrative, popular, and influential on a worldwide scale. Now that Jordan is on her side, we'll find out how powerful that impact can be. This is where things start to get even more creative. In addition to being novel, the idea of player ownership is innovative. Imagine a new era of empowerment in which the league's most marketable player becomes one of its owners, matching profit and performance, and players become CEOs, visionaries, and moguls. The contrary is true in a society where the organizations that athletes support occasionally take advantage of them. This demonstrates that you are the product's owner rather than merely a component of it. This implies that the WNBA may take the lead instead than imitating the NBA because granting Clark parity entails granting her authority. That's the kind of change that doesn't take place quietly. The media takes notice of it. This isn't fiction, though. Music. It is an illustration of a template. Jordan is aware of how difficult it is to carve since he has gone through this legal, financial, and political journey. By giving her a seat at the table, he is creating a monarchy for her rather than merely offering her an opportunity, a platform, and a route for other top female athletes to follow. If this is successful, it will affect more than just basketball. The NFL, MLB, and MLS will all be watching if Clark and Jordan can pull this off since it will revolutionize sports. Then, player ownership sets a new standard for all leagues. Athletes all across the world start to anticipate it and wonder, why can't I own too? Furthermore, this might compel the WNBA to change its existing ownership structure. Wasn't intended for this. When a player like Michael Jordan knocks on your door while holding hands with the most lucrative celebrity, the league must change or else it runs the risk of falling behind. Players may now be required to visit the boardroom, which was previously prohibited. Under the current governance structure, NBA teams are privately owned by investors, who may soon be under pressure to negotiate ownership with players. This idea is supported by Clark's rise. She has demonstrated that a single player can elevate a whole league. So why shouldn't she take part? This is about connecting ownership, equity, and justice with influence. The WNBA must be interested in the outcome if they hope to retain players with Clark's degree of material and emotional dedication. This entails increasing collaborative structures, reviewing policies, and constructing a facility that embodies the modern athlete. This leads us to the next superpower, Nike and the Jordan brand. Their presence might accelerate this relationship because they have a marketing machine that reaches every aspect of the sports industry and billions of dollars in global sales. We are talking about international campaigns. Imagine personalized clothing and distinctive shoes influenced by Jordan's brand heritage and Clark's ascent. NBA stadiums packed of fans sporting Clark's iconic Jordans, documentaries, and Netflix specials. There are many opportunities for international tours, and given Nike's recent efforts to promote women's sports, the timing couldn't be more ideal. This is the pinnacle of strategy, not merely synergy. Nike's platform would enable Clark's. Beyond basketball, Jordan is adept at using his voice and influence as a weapon. With the swoosh, he built an empire. He might now use it to assist Clark in constructing hers. As a team, they would be unbeatable. In name and intent, an athlete and a mogul are working together. The nicest thing about the Jordan brand is that it offers more than just sneakers. It sells narratives. Caitlin Clark has a strong possibility of being its next big thing since it sells legends. She has the ability, the determination, and the ability to reach a global audience. What about Jordan? He has the legacy, the blueprint, and the infrastructure to grow it. We are all discussing myth-making rather than branding. There would be more to Clark than just a logo. Her movement, message, and mission would be carried by children everywhere. Consider the consequences of generational differences. It appeals to me. As she watches Clark dominating the court, a young girl is lacing up her famed JS, aware that the woman on the poster controls the game she plays. Instead of merely inspiring, this type of cultural weaponry transforms. Jordan's brand aims to rewire dreams. It says you don't have to follow the rules. You can make your own. Provide precisely that kind of disturbance. Nike's increasing dedication to women's sports, meanwhile, goes beyond publicity. Profit-driven, they monitor the direction of the movement. They see the unprecedented merchandise, engagement, and ratings figures. Leading that movement is Caitlin Clark. Jordan's leadership might usher in a new era and a signature shoe for Nike's women's. Basketball lineup. Under Armour, Puma, Adidas, and more businesses will come next. As they attempt to catch up, what will they all be looking for? That type of power comes from being first. That is the benefit of being able to see. With each press release, Jordan and Clark changed first. The story shifts with each endorsement and pair of sold-out footwear. Playing women's basketball is not charitable. Investment. It is always the most respected. Jordan noticed more than just the genius of Caitlin Clark. He saw himself as a youthful, ambitious phenomenon who, if given the means, might transform the world. He is currently ensuring that she has the platform, ownership, and influence. He is considering more than simply potential future developments in basketball. The entire sports ecosystem is being upended by the kind of power move he's making to help mold it. Whispers are already evolving into discussions inside NBA ownership circles, which then lead to boardroom meetings. The WNBA front offices, ESPN, and Wall Street are all asking the same question. Can Caitlin Clark pursue a career? What does it signify to everyone else that she owns a piece of her own team? What does it signify that the world's top female athletes have all been advised to stay in their respective fields? When someone like Clark actually rewrites the plan, there are no more lanes. Time. Not with Jordan at her side, bringing his fame, brand, and heritage to a fresh perspective on what sports could be. They are fundamentally altering the paradigm by changing not only who gets to play but also who gets to own. Let's not act as though there won't be opposition to this. Gatekeepers. Traditionalists are powerful individuals who have amassed wealth by maintaining the status quo. This won't sit well with them. They will refer to it as a threat, a gimmick, or a diversion. They will oppose it because they know it is risky. Jordan and Clark are aware that the throne and authority are changing, which is why they aren't requesting permission. One step at a time, they are establishing a precedent, and each step erodes the foundation of an antiquated institution. This cooperation is disproving the notion that women's sports are less worthwhile, pleasurable, or important with every financial transaction, sold-out game, well-received tweet, and story. The last nail in its coffin, the timing couldn't be more perfect as college athletes start to use nil deals, since funding for women's sports is at an all-time high and female athletes are finally receiving more attention. At the heart of it all is Caitlin Clark. She is profiting off herself rather than from her vision and a future in which she is a power broker rather than merely a participant. If this vision comes to pass, please let us know what you think in the comments section, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything. Once you click the video on the screen, we'll see you in the next one.